Alright, I'm gonna make a video. I'm, drunk right now. I'm sorry. No, I'm not though. I'm not though. Anyways, no, I'm sorry. Totally sorry. But, but right now I want to make a video on hands. I want to make a video on hands. And it's just like hands are the dirtiest parts of our body. They are, depending on your sex habits and your hygiene. But if we're talking about a basic, standard, healthy person, then it's like the hands are the dirtiest part of our body. The hands are the dirtiest part of your body, you know? And, just for example, consider this. Okay? Just for example, consider this. Like let's say I buy a home and I got some land. Or let's say I get a job, right? Now if I get a job, I might have gloves on. I don't know. But if I'm on my own land and I'm walking around and like there's this big metal pipe just sticking there in the ground, and it's not connected to anything, and it's just lying there. It's like in this state, this metal pipe is probably in a state of decay. It's probably in a state of decay. So what am I to do? I'm gonna pick it up and like get it the fuck off my property, or melt it down, or like do whatever. I don't know. Give it to somebody, whatever. But I'm gonna get it the fuck off where it is right now, right? I'm gonna do it with my hands. It's like I'm not going to stick my dick inside of this metal pipe, like shit. I mean, first of all, if it's just laying out there in the open, it's probably too hot to do it, initially. But even after it cools down, it's like I'm not gonna be sticking my dick in this decaying metal pipe, like shit. But I will be picking it up with my hands. And many examples could be provided, many. But I'll just provide one more. Like sometimes my ears get itchy and tingly, and I used to have a lot of earwax. I had tubes put into my ears to help drain the earwax out of my ears. But sometimes my ears get just tingly, and it's like I realized that during these tingly times, if I stick my finger in my ear and if I vibrate it while applying the right amount of pressure, because if you apply the wrong amount of pressure, then you can't hear no more, like shit, and that's dangerous. But if you apply the right amount of pressure into this tingly sensation, then you can pull your finger out after you do this, and a certain amount of earwax will be on your finger, And it's like sometimes I've done this, and I just had this gloriously long fucking earwax that came out of my ear. It was just like so long and dense, and it's like yeah, no, to the winner goes the longest, right? Like shit. But that's just another example of like why our hands are just so dirty. Like they're just so fucking dirty. Like for the first time in my life, I've been cleaning my fingernails, underneath my fingernails, because like that shit can get really dirty, right? And I just felt so effeminate while doing it. I'm cleaning up my fingernails, but I'm just like, fuck that. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Like, fungi and dirt or something like that. This is just a total aside. It is. It's just a total aside. Because we talk about humans as the only intelligence in the universe, or maybe not. Maybe there are aliens out there. Or maybe there are other intelligent beings that evolved in their own way. But like, there's not enough story about fungi, because like fungi, like they're intelligent. Like that's an intelligence there. Like these fungi actually have brains. And what if they're watching us right now? What if they're fucking watching us right now and they don't like what they're seeing? But also, I think we should be afraid of dolphins. Definitely. Anyways, we're talking about dirty hands. And it's like, no, the hands are like the dirtiest part of our body, right? Like, shit. And that's just reality. Like, damn. No, I think so. I think that's just, like, our hands are the dirtiest part of our body, That's why some cultures, they wash their hands before eating. But, the second dirtiest part of the body would definitely be the feet. It'd definitely be the feet. So, the Asian have the best feet health practices, I think. Taking your shoes off at the front of the door. Those are the best foot health practices out there. But like better foot health practices would be not putting your shoes on before you leave the door in the first place. Depending on, unless you're walking around a dirty environment, then wear some shoes. Anyways, but the point of this video is this. Like, the dirtiest part of your soul is how you interact with others. And if the hands of your soul mistreat others, if the hands of your soul mistreat others, then that's what brings a lot of shame to some. But if the hands of your soul follow your heart, then you can never do no wrong. Even if your head is not in the right place. Because you have a false teacher of right and wrong. Your heart can bypass the misdeeds of your head. And yeah, like, if you have a good heart, then the hands of your soul will always be clean.